Welcome to Elite Encounters. I'd like to give a special welcome back to the Elite. Yes, that's you, our awesome subscribers. We are here every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, streaming live, and sometimes in front of a live studio audience.
Woo!
Hi, guys.
Hey!
Please take a look at our channel for links to our other sites and content, as well as that fantastic subscribe button. Hit that and you too can become one of the elite. Also, you can now find us anywhere you listen to your podcast. Just search for Soul Severed. Do we have any others coming on there yet, or is it still just the Soul Severed campaign?
Currently it's still just Soul Severed, but we're working on it.
All right, we're working on getting the other campaign on there, but take a look. If you want to listen to the podcast, you can find us. Previously on Soul Severed, we continued through the fight with aberrations in the woods, trying to save a local druid and to keep them from continuing and finishing a ritual. Amala, the druid, her bloodied animal companion, Borealis, a large, dire boar, joined the fray. And once the battle was over, Amala was found dead. She had a soul crystal, and it was found to be empty. Anna revealed herself to be Amma, an aspect of the goddess of nature herself. She and Avery began a ritual to retrieve the sacrificed soul of Amala. Amma then blessed Avery with some knowledge to help United Souls find the icons of ascendance before she left. Her departure left some in reverence and awe, and others with a bitter taste in their mouths. They continued on to Cypress Canyon, and Lenny found that the city had not changed too much. He got news on some of his childhood friends before they moved through the city to a large, ugly, blocky building built for the owner of the copper mine, Ricard Heed. Lenny requested an audience with the dwarf and was told word would be sent to him if he was to be seen or not. When we left off, United Souls were split up. So, let's focus in on that. You guys were all doing different things. Sorry, I have to pull out my everything. I realized something else I forgot to pull out. We're good. Avery was off getting cleaned up, and Barnabas and Lenny were still hanging out at the tavern while Sivril and Sunshine had gone to the market. Is there anything particular you guys were looking for in the market?
Just some foodstuffs to go to Lenny's friend's house and just have a meal ready for everyone.
Okay.
I pretty much just went so she wasn't going alone.
You guys at the Rocky Well start having the evening rush come in, and the bar starts filling up with many people, a lot of them covered in dirt and grime as they've obviously come from the mines and a day's work. Do you guys continue to stay there, or?
I will finish up what I am working on currently and probably make my way back over to Grant's.
Okay.
Seeing Lenny get up to leave, yeah, I'll take the pint I was working on and hastily slam that down, getting the last few drops of it.
Well,
right, wait for me.
I'd get you. I wouldn't just leave, but it's getting a little crowded in here.
Yeah, it's...
He doesn't want to be recognized again.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
All right. There was an address given for Grant's. I take it when you're done cleaning up, that's where you're heading to
Yep.
join up with the rest of the group. All right. So, Grant is actually at home. Seems to just be cleaning up a little bit. He's still moving things around as you guys arrived, and quickly makes room for you guys to either lay out bedrolls or put together some of his furniture. He does have a few beds, but not a lot. And once you guys get food, you'll head back there. And obviously, Sunshine probably made a wonderful dinner, as well as Barnabas helping out with it, and both you guys putting something together.
Yes.
Sure.
Grant's more than happy to play catch up with Lenny, and extremely grateful for the wonderful food. But nothing else really seemed to happen that evening. I know you guys all thought I said they were split up and something was going to happen, but their memories are kind of vague on that. There's really nothing there, sorry. I would love to have focused in on something, Scooby-Doo like, but it wasn't. I really expected you guys to have something crazy happen to you when you were split up, but you didn't.
No.
The next morning,
We're in a quiet
though.
little town. There's not much going on here.
There's not. Next morning, though, there is a knock at the door rather early and rather brisk. It's a really loud waking sound as you guys are all pretty much in his common room of his house. He only has 3 rooms, so... Who's waking up and getting it? Well, the elves are probably already awake, only needing a few hours of rest, but it is loud enough to wake both of you as well.
I find it strange to be answering Grant's door, so
Yeah, that's
I
my...
don't really make haste to his own door. So
Okay. The knock comes again, a little bit more insistent, almost like a constable beating on the door,
Let's see.
and a very sleepy-looking Grant
There he is.
who is
Well, if
in sleep shorts and kind of an open shirt, kind of, I'm coming. Sorry, gotta step over anybody's bedroll, and he opens the door, and you see his head look down. Yeah. We're here for Leonard Boswell. Is he awake?
He's awake.
he's
Hey,
definitely awake now.
Lenny?
Yeah.
They're here for you, man.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I forgot to tell you about that. I honestly didn't think they'd show. You're the only address I had. Probably
Light's
could
not
have
even
warned
up
you.
yet. Whew. It's early.
What time is it?
Doesn't matter the time. I have word for Leonard Boswell. If you are him, please
I am him.
come to the door.
Yes. Will he see me?
Ricard Heed will see you. You have 15 minutes to arrive. And he goes walking off.
Well, thanks, Dick.
What was that?
Oh, shit. Said have a nice day.
What is your deception DC?
My deception DC? 22.
Okay. You should pronounce your words better. It's not what it sounded like.
Sorry.
is this a
Straightens up his jacket.
is this a human or a dwarf?
Oh,
What
it's
is
a
this?
dwarf.
It's a dwarf.
He's
What did I tell you about,
about
mumbling, Lenny?
4'2". He
Still like
doesn't
food in
seem
my
very
mouth.
tall. He's definitely not as broad as some dwarves that you've seen. He's definitely not as broad as Turby. He's definitely not as tall as Turby. Turby's definitely taller than him, so maybe Turby is tall for a
That's
dwarf.
why he's angry. He's short and narrow.
But he goes straight in his jacket and goes walking off. He looks like he's maybe some kind of clerk or something. He doesn't look like any kind of fighter of any kind.
Yeah.
This is the only authority he has. So
Yeah.
he's
He definitely
Pretty
just
much.
kind of storms off, and if you're kind of watching, he definitely doesn't have the stride that Turby has either.
He's got the little...
Little leg syndrome.
So what I'm hearing is Derby is a superior dwarf.
Man.
Don't say that to him.
So, you have, you've either annoyed somebody or,
Either way.
he's excited to see you, because, man, the sun's not even up. I'm gonna
I don't feel like this guy's excited to see anybody ever.
go to bed. Unless you need something,
No,
I'm gonna go back to bed.
You've done plenty. I'm sorry for having you up so
Kind
early.
of pulls his open shirt closed. Sorry, excuse me, ladies. And he goes walking past, turning a little red, realizing he came out half dressed in front of his guests.
He's not used to having visitors.
He is definitely not.
There's a little bit of a cold breakfast for when you do wake up.
Thank you. Very much so appreciated. So, what did you guys do at that point?
Grabbed all of our stuff. We're on a 15-minute time limit.
Yeah. Pack it up and head out.
Is that your plan, to walk in there and speak to everyone like that?
I didn't think you could hear me.
You think it would help if we brought food and been like, here's a peace offering?
Have you met Turby? If they're anything like him, yes, food would come.
Well, what is your plan? Are you planning to go there with an offer to parley and some kind of peace offering, or are you planning to go in there?
I hadn't really thought about how to go about this, because he doesn't know that I know. I've only ever seen this man in essentially a dream.
I see.
Does that count?
If he had the same dream, maybe, but me walking in guns a-blazing, accusing the man of murdering my father first meet is probably not going to go well for us, since we will be on his turf.
I would concur with that, yeah.
Past that, I hadn't really had much of a plan drawn out. I didn't think they'd actually show.
How about we go in under the pretense to see if this guy knows anything about the, what is it called?
The Celestial Residence Rock?
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah, that's not going to be suspicious at all.
Dwarves like rocks. I don't know, just any special rocks, any...
Well, look, if the options of conversation are...
Resonance rock or murder.
Excuse me, do you have the magic thunder rock? Or...
Excuse me, you killed my father.
I'm sorry, you're the dwarf that killed
die.
my father, prepared to die. I think do you have the magic rock is...
As I step to the side and Silver runs him through.
I'm having
Okay.
really eerie flashbacks to your trial, because that's exactly what happened.
What if you ask if they ever found out the reason that the mine exploded? Granted, yes, what we saw on your trial tells us what happened, but...
They don't need to know that.
Exactly. What if we go to ask that question? Did you figure out why? Was anybody saved? Etc. Because we didn't stick around that long.
I like that. As the dwarves, as the purveyor of ore, I'm sure they would have some type of answers, and if not, I'm sure we'll tell that they're evading.
Okay, I'm sorry. Grant comes out.
Oh, shit.
With
I thought we
clothes.
were leaving.
Yeah, that's probably, yeah.
Well,
So,
we were chatting and packing.
Did I hear that right? He caused
Hear
the
what?
mine?
Oh.
Oh.
He killed your father, which means he caused the mine to go down?
Well, since you know, yeah. That's why we're here.
Okay.
Either
But-
to prove that,
I don't want to hold you guys up. I know you only have 15 to get over there, but then come back and tell me about this.
Trying to prove it without any solid evidence is going to be the hard part.
but if they found out why, maybe we can investigate it from there.
How long has it been?
12 years?
Almost 13. I mean, I lost both my uncles too, so
Was there ever a formal investigation?
no,
Of course not.
it collapsed. That was the formal story.
We'll get back to you and let you know if we find anything different. But we need to get over there to
Now.
see what
It's an
he
accident.
What region are we in, Grant?
We mean region.
Like, what kingdom is this?
This is the Empire. Carissus. the
Who's
Empire of
in
Carissus.
charge of this? Who's in charge of the Carissus Empire?
That would be the king. He rules over the entire empire. From Emberfell.
So, does this city pay any kind of homage or tax to the king? Kind of that kind of thing?
Yeah, everybody
So,
does.
would you... I think if we don't get any clear answers from the dwarf in the initial meeting, I think we should go to the king of Emberfell and get some kind of official documentation that we're here to investigate something officially and make him have to answer questions.
Yeah, we have no authority here at all.
Yeah, and
Not yet.
I mean, I don't know much about this king of what is it, Emberfell?
Well, I mean, Croesus, he's the king of the empire.
But I don't know much about him. But that the people that were lost 12 years ago, I assume, were still part of that empire.
Well, yeah, we are.
I don't know how old it is, but that's his people. So you would think there should have been a full-blown investigation from the kingdom as to what happened, unless the king himself is afraid of the dwarves and the repercussions of investigating that mine, which
Could also be.
the dwarves aren't notoriously the most diplomatic people, but
Nope, not usually. But yeah, come back and tell me about your meeting.
We'll get word to you.
all right, well,
And yeah, we should probably get going.
chirpa.
Okay. You guys head toward the eyesore that is that manor. It's well made, but it's just a very blocky stone
Fortress.
piece.
It's well made and
Yeah,
hideous.
it's a stone fortress, and it's so much bigger than any of the other buildings. And it definitely, you can see the guards along the top of it. You can see the two that flank the door. And as you come up the steps toward it, they look and... What is your business here?
We have a meeting.
And who are you?
Leonard Boswell.
Taps on the door and the little thing opens up. Leonard Boswell.
Oh, I can't.
Yeah, we're waiting on him.
Okay, I say I can't imagine the list is long.
Doors open up.
Yep, right here at the top.
Doors open up. What's the marching order?
Lenny's first.
Okay.
Lenny's
I'll go
first.
second.
Okay. So
I'm going after several.
Lenny walks in, and several.
And
And sunshine. You guys are coming up on the
Write
rear.
that down.
Yes.
Yep. Fourth.
Okay.
I'll come in last with
No
Zara.
animals.
Okay.
That's a.
I'll tell my hawk to just circle above.
Azara. But she sits down
She's gonna pee on the
right
stairs.
there
Just
at the stairs.
right in front of the door.
She does. She's getting a treat.
Zara
Oh.
sits, and that was the magic.
The door opens.
I don't think we're leaving.
Sounded like you guys got locked in. Yeah, she sits down and hisses and not very happy, but she'll take the treat,
She'll take the bribe.
watch you go, and as they you hear one of them kind of like scoot, and you hear a. And you look back as the door is closing, and you see her eyes narrow and a little bit of flame tickle the top of her head. And they're like, nope, you can sit right there. That's fine. It's fine. Sit right there, kitty.
Fuck that guy up, Azara. Look, Barnabas,
sorry, I hope you
you're
didn't
not
hear
the
me.
only one that has an aversion to her.
So, you guys go walking in, stone floor, you can hear it under your feet as you walk. You see these medium-sized plates of armor, not dwarven sized. They're a little bit bigger, kind of set up in the halls. And there's a hall as you go through that's what decorates it on either side. And you see this small, almost looks like a metal dog that sits beside one of them. And as you walk, it goes and watches you pass. You do hear a little thump of metal tapping the floor as its tail barely
I
moves
thought he
and
was following.
wags.
What's that?
So, You continue forward.
I want to know what the fuck that is.
Are we hearing rain?
Fire.
Fire. There is a fire, actually, on into the next area. You are led by this, again, a kind of clerical-looking dwarf, more of maybe a servant, manservant or something, or butler. And he doesn't say anything, he just continues to walk and seems to expect you to follow him as he turns a corner and...
Is his name Grumpy?
Rude. But he continues on. His beard is somewhat short, and he just moves with purpose through the place. Toward the end of the hall, he turns to the right, and then he continues on down that hall, past a kind of... Is that rain?
No.
I thought I heard a thunder in there for a moment. But
It's a rock scraping.
you pass a room whose door is shut, and you see a few more suits of armor. They are just, again, standing on their own. There's no stand to hold them, and there are two more of those mechanical dogs, those iron dogs, just outside of this other large wooden door. And those dogs watch as you guys come up. And as the door is opened, you see a big desk, a very warmly lit room, and a blonde-haired and bearded dwarf sitting behind a desk. He is very familiar from your trial. He has copper beads in his beard, holding braids. And he sits back in his chair. Leonard Boswell. I looked through my ledgers and I found a Boswell. Any relation to the Boswell that passed in a mining accident 12 years ago?
Actually, he was my father.
Oh, you're the boy.
I'm
Good to see you lived coming out of that mine.
Yeah.
I take it this is the elf
Just
that pulled
barely.
you out?
It's the reason I'm here today.
Yes. Well,
Did they ever find out what happened to the mine back then? I was only a boy.
bad supports. Bad supports. The new mine is much better.
30.
Please, have a seat.
Perception 30.
Perception
Oh,
24.
he's told this lie so many times, he damn near believes it himself, but you know he's lying. You can tell he's lying. Here. He points to a high-back chair across from his desk, and there's another one there, but there aren't any other seats near the desk. There are a couple nice, comfy chairs around the edges of the room, and maybe a couch.
I'll let Sunshine sit in the other chair, and I'll stand at the door or sit on one of the couches or something like that.
Okay. Lenny, do you have a seat?
I do have a seat.
There's another suit of armor in the room. It's much larger. It seems to be sized for someone 8 feet tall.
Where is it at, located in the room?
It's off to the right.
So if I'm sitting in the room, it's off to my right?
As you entered the room, it's off to your right.
Okay. I will glance around the room, and if he's in front of me, I will go like this, just as I'm looking, and I will turn on Detect Magic, and I'm going to look at that suit of armor.
Oh, absolutely magic.
Okay. Anything else as I just kind of scan back across the room?
Oh, well, a lot of things in here seem to have a glow about them, whether it's
Yep.
an object or the area.
Gotcha.
But the suit definitely has an aura to itself.
Sweet.
So, I can't say it wasn't your father's doing. The supports were
Wait,
a few other people that, well, we'll say I got new engineers for the new mine. That won't be happening again.
What do you mean by my father's doing?
Well, your father was a miner. He was not one of the engineers that placed the supports. There were a lot of children your age that wondered if it was their parents, if something had happened that they'd done, if they'd dug in the wrong place. And I've made sure that they know that it's not their fault. So figured you would want to know that your father did not do anything to cause it.
That's good to know. So that's it? And just reopen the mine?
No, we started a new mine. Its entrance is a little behind my manor here.
Would we be able to see the old mine?
Well,
Is there still, I mean, surely there's still rubble and
Just to look around, maybe find a memento from my father's.
well, I'm not sure how you would get in it. You barely survived. There's not really a mine there.
It was a thought.
Yeah, it's... We eventually might run into the same paths as we follow a few veins, but it'll be slow going to get to that point. The other mine was a little further down the canyon. This one is right here, so it would take a while for them to join and for us to get anything out of that anyway. But eventually that is a goal. We want to at least give the dead some rest. We're going to get the bodies and give
Wouldn't
them
want
proper
to rush
burial.
the project. Don't want any more unfortunate accidents
Exactly.
occurring.
Exactly. We definitely kind of strokes his beard a little bit, but we did give all of them burial. No body, but we did give them ceremony. You didn't come back. I honestly didn't even know if the tales were true about the boy that got out of the mine.
They're true.
Well, it's good to know you're good. Is there something else I can do for you?
No, just visiting. Coming back home, seeing all the new changes. Wanted to see big man on campus. Ask a few things. Actually, you came to me with the mine. That's just curious.
Not moving back home?
I don't think there's nothing left here for me.
I was gonna say, you don't quite look like you'd be the mining type. I don't know what there would be here for you. So.
Last time I got dirty was wow.
An accident?
Like yesterday.
Shut up.
Just out of curiosity, what are you pulling out of the ground over here?
Copper still. More copper. A little bit of other things here and there, but mainly copper.
Have you started the reclamation of the old mine?
We're not quite there yet. As I said, it's a little ways down the canyon, and this mine is going in and down, and it'll eventually move in that direction, but we're not rushing over there to it. There's the vein that was at the end of that mine was a little deeper and further up. It'll take a while to get to.
So
That seems
I'm interested in the collection of just kind of rare oddities and goods, and this area obviously produces copper for the mine, but I was wondering if there were any other gems or geodes or things like that you have found that have been interesting that have come out of the area over here. I haven't traveled this far away from my home, and let alone this close to John Sierre. And so I was interested in the natural formations of the things from the ground. Just didn't know if you had things that you could show us and that I could see.
No, there's a few things that came out. And he kind of looks over toward the big suit of armor. And maybe past it, and he says, I might have a few. I do have a schedule to keep today.
Of course, I don't want to keep you.
But I might have a few things I could show you.
You're a busy dwarf.
And he'll get up from his desk, and as he gets up, he will tap this odd-looking piece of metal, and you hear a high-pitched ding, and in walks that kind of...
Grumpy.
Yeah, as you guys have called him, Grumpy. Yes, sir. I need you to retrieve box 46 for me. Yes, sir. Looks a little confused, but walks off. And he will go over toward the polished suit of armor, and he'll grab a piece of stone off of the mantle there, and says, this is interesting in itself, but not really worth much. It's a pretty piece, and he'll set it on the desk and let you look at it. But it does show the different layers of rock here in this canyon, and it is quite the showcase of what you can see out there as well. I mean, the rock that this manor is built of is actually from the canyon itself.
Interesting.
From pulling from the new mine. You have to do something with it as you quarry it out. The other dwarf comes back with a box, and he will open it up from a large key ring.
Who has the key ring? The
Heed has
Okay.
it. And he'll open it up, and there are a few gems, uncut, unfinished. There is a geode or two. And there is if anybody reads Dwarven, it does say 46 in the corner of the box. And he will show you some of his finds in this mine.
Cool.
Nothing that looks anything like what the Celestial Resonance Rock was described as.
Those are interesting looking. Does the proximity to John Sierre, does that change the makeup of what you find over here versus...
No, we aren't close enough to the volcano for any of that. And we wouldn't find anything that would be melted or made by that. It is something that is in the works over there, though. There's a mine you could possibly go and visit there, but I'm not in charge of that one.
Interesting. Well, I appreciate your time. I know you're busy.
Leonard,
Pete,
it's good to see you alive and well.
it's good to be alive. I do appreciate you answering our questions, taking the time to meet us.
And we'll be in town for a while, so if you have any odds and end work that needs done.
And be more than happy to help the man who saved this town.
Well, I mean, there is a notice board in town. I'm sure you could possibly find something. Whether it's here or the next town over. But, good to see you. My man will show you out. Lenny, what is your deception DC again?
22.
Okay. All right, when you all left the manor, what did you do? Those of you that at least have a DC on your perception your perception DC is at least a 20, so add 10 to your perception. If you have at least a 20, you do notice that the dog and the armor in the first hallway, all of it has shifted slightly as you leave. The dog itself watches you, but the armor has definitely moved a little bit.
Cool.
They are very obviously not occupied by any person either. All right.
Is there any way I can search the castle or the fortress or whatever this is by going animal form?
Oh, God.
Ah.
I mean, you don't see anything else watching you, and the guy that is showing you out, his door shuts when you guys leave, and the little man seems so very self-important and not watching to see that you're following, so the only thing that would possibly see you is these armor and the iron dogs.
That have definitely moved.
But there are, on the outside, cracks big enough for a snake to come through, right? Without being detected?
Or a
There
mouse.
are windows. There
I
are
say
definitely
mountain.
some cracks here and there in the mortar.
Okay. I think I will transform into a snake and kind of just
Once
After
we're
you guys
back
are
in.
outside, you're
Sneak
going to
back
sneak back in? Okay.
That's legit.
Splitting the party again.
I may be completely honest, once we're out of earshot, I was frustrated.
I'm fucking pissed.
I
that entire
probably
meeting.
would have said, it's been 12 years. It's been 12 years, and they haven't even tried? It's been 12 years.
Is that about the time that Avery turned into a snake? No warning to them, just...
They'll figure it out.
They'll figure it out.
I know I'm
No
an elf,
one-
and
Oh
they're
God, a snake!
dwarves.
Right, stop.
My God, it's a
But like, well, there goes me. So like, I tried, guys.
Lenny,
I know 12
you
years
didn't
is
tell
a
me your
long
house,
time
your
for
home had
me.
nope ropes, okay?
No problems. I didn't know.
no probes. All right, so...
Oops.
Okay, 12
Yeah,
years
12
isn't a
years.
long time for me, but it's a long time for Lenny.
It's not a long.
Sorry. But why?
Why?
Well, this isn't a long
I
time
think
in
there's.
the lifespan of a dwarf either. And
I think there's an
there's
obvious
no
answer as
reason.
to why.
There's no reason to investigate.
Well, you know what that means? That means the evidence is still there.
Mm-hmm.
If they haven't evacuated that area or excavated that area, then it may still be there.
Did you see how cocky he was? I'm sure they still have it in there.
But what
This is-
Avery,
evidence
what
of
is your
what?
stealth DC?
Well out
Add
of
10 to your
earshot.
stealth and tell me
They,
what that
they
is.
don't.
Well-
They don't expect anybody to go against them. Why would
He
they
said
hide
it was
Sure.
faulty supports, so if we go down there and there's evidence of
Plus 10.
blasting charges,
Yeah, add 10 to it.
And there it is.
Okay.
but you can't,
20.
even if you find the blasting
Okay.
charges, you can't prove he put them in there.
No.
Unless, his name's on all of
You
them.
can.
Which,
There's magic for
They all,
that.
they all say
He's the
Acme.
dumbest guy ever.
Well, there's
Heed
magic for that.
Enterprises.
Yeah.
There's magic for that.
For what?
To find out whose it was.
Do you have that magic?
No, but we can find somebody.
Okay. Do you know where to look for that?
Yes.
Isn't magic in disarray right now?
Perfect on that.
Yes.
Overwatch. The sun is starting to come up.
Actually, I may be able to pray for it once I remember what that spell's called.
I feel like I'm living in Final Fantasy.
Okay, do you think Grant would have a map of the old mine, or if some of the miners'
I'm sure it would.
family, like the veins? We could look at where we might need to get to try to find evidence.
I'm sure it would. If not, I'm sure Dietrich still has some old maps that my dad had of the mines in my old house.
Oh my goodness.
So,
If the mine is collapsed, how are we supposed to get in to find this evidence?
I guess turn into a snake.
Yeah, we have the Queen of the Nope Ropes.
Well,
It's
I
a
mean,
thought.
she just kind of did it. So, and she was coming up at the rear. So, you could.
You want
might
a
have made that
perception?
joke, but
You want a
didn't see
perception?
it, yeah.
28.
Okay.
I don't see her full-size body go and turn into a nope rope.
You do see a snake
22.
going off, and you see Azara watching it.
He notices a no rope.
Oh my god, that snake ate Avery. I stumbled.
Azara,
One
get that snake!
The one snake that doesn't scare her because it's me.
Right. That snake ate Avery. Oh my god!
Where'd she go?
But yeah, you can definitely assume that would be her, considering you've seen her go into a
Other
gorilla and
animal
other
forms.
things, So
Sure.
And you're just watching me slither back into whatever crack I could find into the wall.
Good luck.
You go heading back toward the building. What did you said you had a 28?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, with your 28, yeah, you do notice her, but you also notice that a couple guards that seem not the guys that were standing outside the door, but the same dress, the same armor type. They're not far away from you guys, but
They're watching us.
they seem to be watching you guys. They didn't seem to.
The guards are calling. Hello.
Yeah,
Hello?
guards are calling.
It's the fucking
That's
rooster.
that wind chime.
They're not sure if
The
they.
wind chime merchant down
Yeah,
the street.
the wind chime merchant.
Featuring xylophone.
You are not sure if they
Wind chimes
saw
for sale.
Avery.
Wind chimes. These are the best fucking wind chimes.
Oh my god.
You're not sure if they saw Avery change or not, but
Cool.
they don't seem to be watching the snake slither away.
Great. Are they? They're not actually part of the guard from the keep. They're out. Like they're out in the where we're standing, or they're.
You know, you guys walked away,
Uh-huh.
and they're pretty much. You guys are walking back toward Grant's.
Right, and they're following us.
They seem to be following.
Okay. We're being followed. We're being followed.
Maybe instead of Grants, we go back to that tavern.
Yep.
Yeah.
To Grant.
I don't
No,
want
we
to
got.
bring him
I
in.
think we should go back to the tavern.
We don't need to make him any more part of this than we already have.
I agree.
And if I was still here, I could take care of it, but
I hear
Way
a
to fuck.
bard.
Way to fuck.
There's
I got
a
a
bard
snake.
singing in the rocky well, apparently.
I love it.
Just waiting for the camel
Competition.
again. Okay, so you guys head to the rocky well. And, I mean, as soon as you walk in, there's a bartender that's like, there you are.
Here I am.
You've come back.
I've come back.
We should speak. But I'm going to pause on several. You guys are going to go to a private room. He leaves the bar in the hands of the barmaid. We're going to go to Avery.
Oh, just several gets a private room? Hold on.
No, we're with.
Avery, you go slithering back toward the manor. And everything looks huge, you know, being a snake, but it looks a little different. But you figure out your way, and you go and you find a crack in the wall. And the first one you find doesn't quite go all the way through, so you keep going until you find another one. You find a decent-sized crack actually under one of the side doors. And you slither right under it, peek out, and you can see, looks like someone is working on something, but you slip on in and get behind a barrel, and you continue to move through the place. Where would you like to go? What are you looking for?
I'm kind of just looking to see if there's any private rooms he might keep. Whatever he's not wanting to show us, like anything he considers valuable. I'm trying to see if I can
Okay.
find that. So my only plan so far is just to search the whole place.
Okay.
If I can.
Go back to us.
All right.
Where's my MVP card? Because you're getting it right now.
She needs a little MVP thing.
So I
on
said
it.
you're getting my MVP card.
So you start looking, and you do see there are some stairs that can go up. This place is pretty tall, so You search through the bottom floor. You know where his office is. You don't seem to gain the notice of the iron dog or iron dogs, but now that nobody's in the halls, you see them walking and pacing through the halls. You see the armor moving almost in its own pattern. They shift and they move and then they go back to another spot, almost as if they are guards on a patrol. You can easily figure out that pattern and move your way through, slither through, and you go through the closed door to find it seems to just be another room of no particular note. Maybe there's some finery in here, but nothing hidden, so to speak. You know he had that box that said 46, and there were some uncut gems in it and such. So you're looking for those boxes. Maybe there's another 45 of them that you're not sure what might be in them. So you make your way up the stairs and you find what seem to be barracks and rooms, private rooms, and you look through those. And it takes you quite a while. You're going to be gone for a couple hours working on this. And you get up to level 3. Most people would put a vault or valuables in a basement. It seems this guy's vault is upstairs. You find that there are rooms all around the edge, and in the very center, there's a very tightly sealed room and door that even a snake can't fit through. How long does your spell last? How long do you stay an animal?
1 minute.
1 minute.
It doesn't give me time.
So, yeah, you would not be able to search the entire place as a snake, but you can continue to try to sneak.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing that.
Oh, no.
Okay. All right, so once your spell wears off, go ahead and give me a stealth. 1 minute, you could probably get in and at least peeked under the door to see that that wasn't a room that had anything you wanted, and then up the stairs.
Well, I didn't roll very good, so,
Did you roll 1?
yes.
Oh, no.
That wasn't necessary, but thank you.
It might be. Oh, wow.
Okay.
No.
So you were trying to sneak up the stairs. You had not quite gotten up there yet, and
Well,
your
bad
spell
things
fades,
happen
and
to
you go
good
to
people.
sneak.
Love the music.
It did not roll 1. Neither did that. You hear this very mechanical sounding bark. If you can imagine a clockwork animal barking, a mechanical dog. You hear it bark, and then you hear another one, and then you hear the iron of its feet running toward you.
No. Shit.
So where am I at right now?
You are at the stairs, getting ready to go up them.
We're at the stairs, getting ready to get fucked.
Is there
Perfect.
like a window or anywhere that's closer to me than where these dogs are?
Yeah, you could run across the hall and through a window if you would like to.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that.
So you run across and you dive out the window. All right.
Did the window have glass in it?
Not anymore.
Screw it. Like I don't even
do
feel
need
it if
an
it does.
acrobatics. There's no glass.
Oh.
But it is narrow. Though Avery is slight, she still is going to have to try to squeeze through as quickly as she can.
Turn into a bird
19.
and fly far, far
19?
away.
19 will do it. You feel a little bit of a scrape at your hips, but you slip through and you hit the ground, roll, and are going to keep running. Are you going to try to use that spell again and change, or are you continuing to run? Or do you even have that spell anymore right now?
I could use it, but I think if I can get out of the vicinity of the side of the dwarves, then I should be okay.
Okay.
Run in a serpentine manner. Zigzag.
I'm a snake. Don't you
Snake brain hasn't worn off yet.
Oh, I don't know. That's a minute.
You guys are just watching me like, is she drunk? What's wrong with her?
Okay, so
It's to
you go
avoid
running.
flying
You're just going to
objects.
try to not be noticed as you get away from
boy.
there as fast as possible. Go ahead and roll stealth.
Boy.
Stealth run.
Stealth run.
24?
Okay.
Maybe. Shit.
It's way better than a 1.
All right,
Oh,
and
yes.
they don't even have high enough to notice
Bother
you do
rolling.
it. The only thing that seems to notice you're there is the mechanical barking at the window from behind you. So she still deserves that MVP, I guess, because you slide out that window and you roll into a bush, and then you just kind of dart bush to bush to the back of a house, and you get away from that manor.
Assassin's Creed action
So you
into some
finally
tall
get out of
grass.
there. She really
Yeah,
did. She just
basically.
kind of disappeared. It helps that the
There was
guards
a-
rolled a 1.
There was a hay bale.
Yeah, hay bale she jumped into.
Fell 500 feet into a hay bale. Nobody saw her.
What?
Don't diminish the awesome because the opponent rolled a 1.
Hey, don't discredit me.
It's okay. Even if
That's what I'm saying.
no, they rolled a 1 trying to see you leave, but they didn't even get passive DC. So
This
even
shit's awesome.
they definitely, you just fitois out of there. The only thing noticed was an iron dog.
I made a new enemy.
I mean, here's the other thing, though, too. That thing was made of metal and obviously animated by something. It didn't smell natural. It didn't look natural. It seemed almost as much of an affront to nature as the abominations of the aberrations that you guys fought before. So, not very something that you're really upset about having an enemy of. So,
Clockwork construct.
do you you heading toward Grant's, or are you heading toward the Rocky Well? Where would you like to go?
I'm gonna start heading towards Grant's because the last thing I knew, that's where everybody was going.
Okay,
And so I'm just gonna assume that's where everybody is.
makes sense. So you get there and you don't see anybody there other than Grant.
Kind of just, is he outside or does he see me coming? Or...
I mean, he's got his door open. He's kind of messing with something outside.
Kind of
What's he
just,
messing with outside?
What's he messing with? You tell me. No.
Nope.
He seems to be actually watering his plants that are out there. He has a little garden set to the side, and he's watering.
kind of walk up to him and I'm like,
Kind of sounds like a toilet plunging.
Too much.
I was
Outhouse.
gonna
I
say,
know, I get you. It just kind of sounded like a
I'll
toilet being
say, I
plunged.
thought it sounded like a water wheel, but then I was like, you know, it also sounds like someone's plunging a toilet.
Thank you. I was there too.
Well, I didn't know Grant was that sophisticated with running water in his house, but here we
But
go.
yeah. Hi.
He's outside plunging a toilet.
Yeah.
You got everybody else with you?
Neat.
no, I thought they would be here already. You haven't seen anybody?
No, not yet.
They were talking about coming back here.
Well, I haven't seen him.
I kind of just nod and sit there thinking, okay, so what was the last place that we went to before there? Like the only other place that we would hang out. So I go back and I go back to that tavern,
Okay.
hoping that they're there.
As soon as you get close, Zara runs up and noggins you, and obviously they're there. She's sitting outside waiting on you. So,
So I kind of just feel major relief because at first I was concerned that some kind of trouble with guards or something, but seeing her there, I kind of just relax a little bit and slip inside.
okay. So, she's not very far behind you guys as she slips inside as Sivral's walking into the room with the bartender. So Azara and Avery walk into the bar as Sivral goes off with the bartender. So what are the rest of you doing while Sivral's off?
sitting, waiting,
I will.
congratulating Avery.
Well, you're
for
going
not
off the
dying.
bartender.
Yes, but I will see if the bartender would mind not having the conversation with everyone in the room.
He's taking you to a private room.
I'm seeing if everyone else can come, so they can be
Okay,
part of the
so
conversation.
once you get over there with
Yes.
him.
If not, that's fine. But I'm just going to come back and tell them the information anyway.
Yeah, sure money. I guess so.
Great. Let's go.
Okay. I guess we
Alright.
figured out what we're doing while Sybil's off.
Going
yeah.
with him.
You see Avery and Azara over there.
Hey,
too.
yep,
So,
she's coming too.
Yep. So you guys go into this little room with the bartender. It's got a table with 4 chairs.
I'll stand.
He'll go sit down, but then he stands up. He's like, "Oh no, you guys have a seat." And he kind of paces a little bit. So you wanted to know about Heed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, he's a right bastard. Number one, he's a dwarf. Kind of spits on his own floor and goes, "Damn it, she's gonna kill me." Gets down there and takes a rag and wipes it up. So he opened the mines back up, but didn't open the original mines back up. Pulled quite a bit of the stone out of the old mine. That was the foundation of that monstrosity you see over there on the hill. Yeah, he kind of paces as he talks. What exactly would you want to know about him? I mean, I do know a bit, and over the evening I might have found out a little bit more, so what would you like to know?
Just start at the top.
Kinda,
I'm not from here. We're
Neither
we're
is he.
looking for. Let's back up. I don't want to know your name. You don't know my name. This man's father died in a mine collapse 12 years ago. We're looking for evidence that he's responsible for that. So if you have anything that aids that cause, absolutely want to know that information. We're also looking for some things that may be in his possession. So anything you know about things that he gloats that he has walked around the town showing off, has,
Threatened you
threatened people with.
well,
Any areas that he may not want anybody going to at all.
he killed a really good friend of mine.
Wow.
He was blamed for the mine collapse. He was,
with an engineer.
yeah. There's no way he messed up those beams. I'm telling you, he built this place. It's solid. Kind of thumps his hand on the wall.
We know your friend didn't do it.
But they hung him middle of town.
Yeah, we're completely convinced that your friend did not do that thing. We know that he did. We just need the evidence to prove that he did it.
Well, I can tell you that I've never believed that it was my friend's fault. I mean,
I've never known your friend, but I also believe that.
well, it was him and another engineer that they hung. They blamed them for the mine collapse and the deaths of several of the citizens here. No one survived that except for a small boy that they pulled out. And from my knowledge, it's you. Yeah.
Yes, I pulled him out.
Just so you know, it's been kind of noticed that you're here in town. People are
Yeah.
kind of buzzing about that. She's quite noticeable and a little distinct. Although, to hear some people tell it, there was a beacon of light when this almost angelic elf pulled the boy from the mine.
Sure as hell the same thought I had if you don't know what it is that you're looking at.
I mean, there were so many of us pulling the rocks, and when we found the boy here, they say that you were just a shining beacon, and you took him and you were healing him, and
Yeah. I've lost my light since then, but yes, that's me. I did that.
Well, so Heed has been here for years and years, and there's not a lot we can do about him. It's it's the dwarves. Until that mine is gone, they're gonna let him kind of do whatever he wants. Because if they don't, then the dwarves will just come take this as theirs. Nobody wants them coming into the Empire. And so he did that. He has definitely had some odd things brought into town. Blasting powder, which is not necessarily unheard of for mining. And
Depends on how much.
But the one that got me is there's been some poison shipped in. And this is recent. Poison shipped into the town.
What kind of poison?
I couldn't tell you that. But there was definitely some poison shipped into the town. And he definitely built that monstrosity around the new entrance to the mine. You can't get to the mine without going through his place. He sees everybody that goes in. He knows everybody that comes out. He says it's, for the security of making sure that there's never an accident again. And he made sure everyone knew that the last engineers were hung and that he would only have dwarven engineers from now on.
Yeah, so they can just pull the pin and they don't have to accept the explosions for this one.
Well,
Sorry.
I've also heard that it's not just copper being pulled out of there anymore.
What else is coming out?
They let humans mine copper because it's low worth.
Mm-hmm.
But they find gems or they find silver or gold, platinum, anything like that. They're not going to let us touch it. And there's been sections of the mine closed off to humans. Only dwarven miners go in there. So he's definitely up to something. And if he's not letting the miners know, who knows if he's letting the Empire know?
Probably not.
I mean, they technically rent the land and they rent the mine. I mean, they don't own it, but they do. It's kind of a give and take with the dwarves,
Does the Empire get anything out of this relationship, or is it just we're coming to take this mine or else?
Well, I mean, I guess you've never had to deal with dwarves, huh? You get something out of it. You get to not be at war and have part of your land taken, but you also, they do give a percentage. They do pay a little bit to use the mine and to...
Paid in coin or paid in what's come out of the mine?
I'm not sure. I don't know all the politics on
yeah.
it, but I do know that there is a give and take, because, I mean, why wouldn't somebody just amass a big army and tell the dwarves to fuck off, But they don't, so... But then again, we all know kind of what happens when you do try to tell the dwarves to fuck off, so...
I don't know what happens when you tell the dwarfs to fuck off.
Well, the last time they were told to fuck off, it was up in your country. That's how half the Crimson Peaks got taken. The elves had a platinum mine, I heard. At least that's the story I was told. The elves had a platinum mine, and they were taking care of it themselves, and the dwarves didn't like that, so they took the rest of the Crimson Peaks as recompense. But...
Interesting.
I mean, maybe your history tells it different. I don't know. That's what I heard.
My history tells everything differently.
Oh. Well, I mean, that's what ours tells us, is that's what happens. And I mean, that was a big swath of land, There's barely any of the rolling hills of the peaks left in Bothzarilla, right?
Right.
So, yeah, they're kind of bastards.
Do you know if he stays in that fortress or does he sleep elsewhere?
Oh, no, he keeps himself locked away in that place like nobody's business. He doesn't want any visitors hardly, and when you do, you have to schedule it, and yeah. Okay. Dietrich's about the only one who gets there, and he looks like he was getting ready to spit again, and he catches himself and he goes, nope, she'd kill me. Like, Dietrich used to be a good kid, but since he got governor, he's just been a pawn for Heed. Pretty much does whatever Heed says. Heed makes a decree and people don't want to listen, then all of a sudden Dietrich's making that decree. So, yeah. But as far as trinkets, this guy seems to collect all kinds of things. He's a dwarf. They collect weird stuff. I mean, he's got armor in that place that he can't even wear. I've heard tell of that. He's got it all over there. He's got mechanical dogs, some big, some small, and I've heard that he's got these little, I don't know what to call them. They say it looks like a mix between a dog with knives for legs and some kind of insect, and it's said that he sends those into the mine when they find a particularly tough place to break up and they don't want to blast it, and they cut through it. But I've never seen those. But they don't keep, there's actually not a lot of dwarves over there.
When was the last time the Empire had any presence in here?
I mean, the Empire has some guard here, but you have the governor answers to the Empire.
Sounds like the governor answers to Heed.
That's what I'm saying, he does. But he's ultimately responsible to the Empire. So maybe the Empire doesn't really care about our little town.
Well, I'm trying to find some leverage here so that we could either approach Heed directly or go to this wayward king of this empire that you are a part of and leverage his strength to come back and get answers from Heed. However, based on the information that I'm getting, it doesn't sound like the king is going to be very successful if the dwarves really give two shits about anything anyway, and they'll just wage war to pretty much anybody who gets in their way. I obviously don't want to be part of a grand campaign to start a war. That's not obviously what we're after. But
we should want to get rid of the influence.
What, Heed?
Yes.
Yeah, so
Personally.
And how do you propose that?
do you want me to go knock on his door?
The only way to do that is to prove to this king at Emberfell
So we're back to plan A. Hey, you killed my father?
And even and I think even then, even if we had
I mean, is this all of you guys? Is this how many of you guys you have?
yes.
How many dwarves do you think you could take on? You know, if there's not a dwarf left to run back and tell them what happened, we could say whatever we wanted. I'm just saying, I'm kind of sick of them being here. But that's just me. If you'd like the room, you
Yeah,
can use
please.
the room for a while.
Yeah.
If I hear any more, I'll let you know.
Appreciate it.
But
Could you have drinks and stuff brought in here while we talk?
sure,
Great.
sure. I'll tell her to knock first.
Perfect.
Thank you.
He'll go walking out.
Appreciated.
So I think even if we had appropriate evidence and we took it to the king of Carissus, I think what would be his justification to come down here and try to fix it? He's already removed. It's 12 years ago. He's getting some kind of, I'm assuming he's getting some kind of cut out of this mine that's in existence. I don't know anything about the guy. Do you know anything about this king? Do you know his name, Lenny? Do you happen to know?
The king?
The king of Carissus.
The king of Carissus?
It's a 22 society.
Hey, that a man?
Oh, hell.
Society? Yeah, nah. Lenny?
Do you remember the king's
I just
name?
asked Chad if anyone wants to name the king
Okay.
of the Empire of Carissus. If not, I will give him the name. But you guys
I think I might have forever ago, but it's been a
What did you
minute.
get there, Lenny, on your society? Oh, Overwatch wants to name the king.
29.
29. You do know the name. Overwatch, what's the name of the king?
Do you have crickets there, Overwatch?
Yeah, I was about to say, where are our crickets here? I'm waiting on that name.
What the?
Gareth von Bungle Apoons.
It's supposed to be spoons, but
Spoons.
fucking autocorrect.
Fucking autocorrect.
Gareth von Bunglespoons.
Okay.
That's hyphenated.
That
I
sounds
mean,
like a halfling name.
That
Sure does.
That does. It might have been a halfling or gnome
Oh,
at that time.
who knows?
Well, we know that in about 100 years,
We
the
could go
name
with
was
some
a little
Ah, jeez,
different.
I'm saying. Yeah.
Gareth von Bunglespoons.
Yeah, we know who runs it in 100 years.
Not Bunglespoons.
Not Bungle
Not
Spoons.
Bungle
We're gonna make
bungled that.
Bunglespoons all one word there. Yeah, because that makes sense for the halflings. And yeah, he's a halfling.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he bungled his kingdom and to
Yeah.
somebody else over 100 years.
Yep.
They're just getting smaller.
No, he's not a
and smaller.
halfling. This is a human nation.
Okay.
He's
I
a
was
human-
like, oh my goodness.
I mean,
We're being invaded from the Harvest Coast.
Yeah, the Harvest Coast is definitely run by a halfling. See, that should have been the name of the Harvest Coast ruler.
Bungle Spoons.
Yeah,
Bunglespoons.
Bunglespoons.
Look, they could have invaded.
They could have, but they haven't
or
yet.
married, or some weird shit.
Or
He's
married.
half
Maybe he's adopted.
Half halfling.
Quarterling.
They're not
Quarterling.
native to this area. They could have traveled. They could have been carried.
no, he would be
Half
a
halfling is a quarterling. Three
Three.
He would be
quarterling.
three-fourth
quarterling.
quarterling.
Three quarterling. Yep.
Okay.
That would be a three quarterling.
So that's just a dwarf.
Goodness.
Maybe he's adopted. We don't know. or
Don't
kidnapped, or-
give away secrets, Overwatch. They're not supposed to know how dwarves were made. Anyway,
Well, when a male dwarf and a female dwarf get together, that's how you make a dwarf. Okay. All right.
I'm so glad we
A
can't
new
hear
beard
Turby's
happened.
description.
A new beard.
oh my gosh,
Where's Turby when you need him?
No,
I know,
please.
right?
We
Where's
don't need
Turby?
that.
Oh, yes, we do.
He will
Yes,
be
we
back.
do.
He will be back. I promise everybody. So yes, you do know the king of. You know the king of Carissa's name,
Gareth von Bunglespoons.
which you realize by naming him von Bunglespoons, now there has to be a Bunglespoons in Carissa's because von just means from. So fun, but anyway.
Thanks, asshat.
Yeah, so there's a Bunglespoons in Carissa's.
Okay. Bet.
Well, I need to make a map.
Yes, you do. We're going to talk about that after
So-
we're done here today.
We're gonna talk about
This-
exactly where
Like on the list?
Bunglespoons is.
This
We're definitely going to talk about Bunglespoons later.
this King
Overwatch.
Bungle Spoons.
God, King Bunglespoons, nonetheless.
with a 29, let me tell you what you remember.
There you go.
Oh shit, that was
Gareth
just the
von
name.
Bunglespoons is actually King Bunglespoons. And he is actually a very serious king.
I'm sure with a name like that, he's become serious over time.
He has become extremely serious, but he can be a little bit of a dick about his name. Somebody lets out a snicker or a laugh, and his name has just been said.
Do you get beat up enough times
You
as
know
a kid with a name like that?
Queen
Yeah,
of
I'm
Hearts
sure.
off with their head. That's Bunglespoons right there.
Oh.
Don't laugh
oh.
about his name. Don't laugh at his name.
Oh.
Gareth is not about it. He does not go by King Gareth either. He goes by King Bunglespoons.
Loud and proud, he's just daring people to
Loud
say
and proud,
something about
definitely
that fucking
daring.
name.
Bunglespoons part, but got rid of the
So,
Yeah.
you guys are
Yes.
gonna go see the
And he
king.
named himself
I'm
king
gonna
of
stay
an empire
here.
instead of emperor of an empire.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's probably
Here
best.
too.
You guys
Because
can stop
Lenny
the
might
names.
actually
He
die.
is a
again.
king of an empire. He is not an emperor. Yes, the Empire of Carissus is definitely a little odd, but it is. It is there. Yeah. Mhm.
Yep.
So
This is home.
I mean, how competent of a ruler is he? I mean, what do you know of him? Is he?
So with 29, he is a very competent ruler, even though he's very annoyed with his name as far as how people react to it. Dignitaries are warned before they come in. He does not take his job lightly. He is a very competent ruler. So he does care about his empire. And he would probably listen, from what you know and understand, he would probably listen about this, but he would weigh all his options carefully and look at what the dwarves might take. So, however you want to
At
tell
this
them.
point, it's not just the death of my father; it's the death of
many villagers, I don't think that mass murder is something the king can just turn his eye to.
Got to prove that.
Wow.
Because right now it's just been mass accident.
Even if we do work to get rid of the dwarves, the mine's still there. The people here, couldn't they take over the mine and still continue to pay tribute to this King Bunglespoons?
They could.
Can't. That's only going to come out of my mouth one time. King Bunglespoons.
That's twice.
That's right.
Ah, it was twice. Well, the problem
So-
is that dwarves want to have control of the mine. Always. They have to have their fingers in the mines.
Sure. But if we prove that they were responsible for the death of his subjects, he can revoke their lease and kick them out.
I mean, he certainly can. I don't know how that would damage him politically or whatnot, but absolutely, this is his land.
Why don't you give me a society roll there, Barnabas?
I have no idea. I had 15.
15, no, you do know enough about just that kind of thing in general. Of a 15, what you're saying is absolutely true. I mean, there would have to be a contract between the dwarves and this king
Sure.
for them to be in the land. And if the death of his subjects is in any violation, he would have to do something, or the dwarves would have to make recompense, or at the very least, maybe you guys could get heed punished.
Right. We don't have to get rid of all the dwarves, just one dwarf.
Okay. I suppose we're...
So do we go talk to this king?
What
or
king?
Do we up in Emberfell? Or do we get the evidence first and then approach the king in Emberfell? Is Emberfell to the north? So he's the king in the north.
Oh no!
This is a little north of it. It's the
No,
king of the south.
we are
It's a
north.
little
Yes,
south.
we
Oh,
are.
we're north of
Yeah,
them?
you
We're
guys are.
slightly northeast
north
of it. Yes.
We're north of Mount Jean-Sierre.
So, I'm not a detective, and I'm not an investigator. What kind of evidence do we hope to find 12 years later that would be convincing enough to King Bunglespoons that would warrant him to take action?
I'm not so sure what a king's duties and worries are on a daily basis, but how far do you think the story of the boy who made it out of the mine got? Maybe that is interest enough.
It may be interest enough for him to hear the tale.
Maybe
but
he can send a party bigger than us who is more equipped to investigate the mine.
Man, I think that
Are there any engineers left in the city from the old times? That could give us some insight.
Maybe somebody who retired before the mine collapsed that may still be alive?
I mean, are you the only person that survived the mine, and every other miner and every other engineer and every other employee of the mine is dead?
Well, I was 12. I don't know. See her? I was 12.
I mean, surely there are some old timers.
Surely somebody. Or,
they weren't.
Mr. He just went and wiped out everybody who might know.
someone called in that day.
Somebody you're looking to see if you know of anybody who might have retired before the mine collapsed.
Retired, sick that day, just
not working.
anybody who made it out other than me.
Well, I mean, you haven't been back here in 12 years. So that would take a little bit of time to talk to people, maybe sit down with Grant, see if he knows or if anybody else around knows.
Between Grant and the bartender, I'm sure.
Okay. So barmaid about that time knocks on the door and brings in some drinks if you wanted, if you let her in.
Yep.
And you can ask her to send him back again.
No.
Okay. She goes back out and he comes in pretty quickly. He seems to be ready to be at your beck and call.
Yeah.
Gee, I wonder
He's
why.
actually just been standing on the other side of the door waiting
Yeah,
for
he's
us
like,
to need
"Please,
something.
So as
I'm
he
here for you.
as he comes in, and look, we're looking for any kind of empirical evidence that we can take to this king that would be worthy enough to, at the very least, get this ball rolling that may end up with ousting Heed from the town. I understand that that's something that you guys want as well. Do you happen to know of anyone that was around 12 years ago when this mine collapsed that maybe worked in the area, or maybe retired before it happened, or was on a special duty that day but had been in the mine recently? Like anybody that was supposed to be there that didn't show up, or like somebody that's left alive that could tell
any
us.
survivors? Yeah,
Well,
there were survivors. Yeah.
Just people who can give us an eyewitness account from what happened or what was in that mine before it turned into
Oh yeah, there's some guys that have retired. Not a lot of them that are alive anymore. There's a few. There's an older gentleman, definitely, who's still up there. But I mean, I believe there was 2 people that actually worked the mine that weren't there that day, but they left town after the.
forcibly.
I don't think so. I don't think it was forcibly. They just moved. I mean,
Suddenly?
not really suddenly. Well, one was a little sudden. But I mean, he lost his wife in the mine, so, and he wasn't working that day, so he left. And then, yeah, he definitely is pacing again. And but the other one, he took a few weeks. He really didn't even come out much, and then he packed up and moved on. But yeah, Zanny, old man Zanny, he's still out there. But he had just retired out. He was there when, I mean, almost at the beginning of the mine. Not quite, but almost at the beginning of the mine. But he got too old to work it, so, I mean, he would know what it looked like before.
Gotcha.
But he wouldn't have been there that day, of course.
No, but an old guy like that would remember the structure, and if there's anything off about it. It's worth a shot, unless you want to take a trip and try to find one of the other 2.
What are their names in case we do have to do that? And if you know where they went off to.
Lenny, I'm going to default to you in your judgment here.
I'm gonna leave you guys again. But
Yeah.
so you were asking me if I heard anything else, and just tell you. But I mean, I don't know if I believe this one, and he kind of stops himself for a minute, but he says, "The king." I don't see the king maybe doing this one, but the rumor is that for years, King's just kind of been taking a cut more than taxes to let he and other dwarves just kind of work like a syndicate versus merchants, But
Well, that throws
That out the
our
window.
plans in disarray then. Yeah.
I mean, it's just a rumor, but I don't know how I'd feel about that one.
I mean, if they are, how hard is it to take out a crime boss?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go back to the bar.
And then
Yes.
how,
No.
All right. So okay. Here's my logistical approach, and I don't deal with logistics.
obviously neither do I.
Given the light of potentially the rumor that the king and Heed are in bed together, it would not benefit us to go trek all the way up there and have any kind of conversation with him at all, for fear of just getting over there and being overwhelmed and thrown into some kind of empirical dungeon. I mean, if I was the king and someone and I was in bed with some kind of crooked organization and someone tried to bring evidence that something, I'd lock them all away.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know how many dwarfs are in that fortress.
But you know how
That
many
is
they're gonna
correct,
use?
Overwatch. That's how they do that. They don't
Overwatch-
have Turby here, so they
Overwatch
can't
is
do
trying
that.
to put a king in her back pocket now.
No, you just kill all their friends,
Uh-huh.
and then you become their friend. That's how that works.
But, Lenny, I don't. This is your hometown. I would not expect you to come to my hometown and kick the first door in and slaughter everyone you see to try to fix a problem. I will,
That is a really bad example because I'm pretty sure we did that.
He did not.
Okay, you kicked the door down.
I
he
kicked the door
helped.
and I killed my own people. But
But he was right behind you. Anyway,
let me tell the story.
tell it right.
Look, this area will feel the repercussions of whatever we choose far into the future after we leave.
If we handle this the wrong way, my people suffer more than they already have.
And it's not just your people. This
No, it's-
entire area will feel the repercussions of the decisions that we make here today. Just like the entire area that I came from will feel the repercussions of the choices that I made or we made when we went there.
Yeah.
Right? I don't take those choices lightly. This is your hometown. We could leave and everything will remain status quo. Everything will stay just like it is. Or we could kick the front door of that place in, throw Heed into the mine, make him disappear, and try to install some kind of non-corrupt government to run that mine. The problem we have is we don't know how long that'll last. Just like he said, if we kill all the dwarves, they can say whatever they want. But if we kill all the dwarves and they say whatever we want, that doesn't mean that more dwarves aren't going to come right back down here and take whatever it is away from it, and maybe the next guy's going to be worse.
Yeah.
And they will come. They will come. And the second point is, this isn't even why we're here, mostly.
No.
The main reason why we're here is to get a hold of that stone.
Correct.
As much as I hate to admit it, several you might be right, and we have to let this drop.
Unless he has the stone.
If he has the stone, we can't let it drop.
Well, no, you're absolutely right about that, but leave corruption or devastate an entire kingdom. Without that stone,
Well,
there's really not much of a fight
So
to have.
we have two options, right? So either he has the stone and we leave, or he doesn't have the stone and we leave and everything stays exactly how it is. He does have the stone.
We kick the door in,
and we kick the door in, and I mean, what option do we have at this point? Because if we have to have all of those items to be effective in what we're doing, we have to deal with him at some point.
And there's nothing we have to barter to get the stone.
Correct.
No.
Well, we do know how they function around, at least on the fourth floor, based off what I've seen. There wasn't a whole lot of, not really any dwarves walking around, surprisingly.
And he said there wasn't many dwarves used in the mining anymore. So it could be 4 of them in there. Who knows?
Okay.
But we have all this.
We might have the numbers.
Well,
But, I mean, they have the mechanical dogs and those mechanical armor things that, from what I could tell, were moving on their own. Probably magic, obviously, but
Occult.
Storm the castle.
What mechanical dogs, mechanical
Go ahead and roll
armor.
it.
Huh?
Go ahead and roll it.
I will.
Oh. Hello. Natural 20.
There we go.
Oh,
There we go.
I was going to roll a bardic, but I guess that's not necessary.
you can go ahead and roll a bardic, but I want to hear what you
No.
got there. What'd you get?
Where is bardic? Why is that not? Oh, 18.
18. Okay, so we got a natural 20 And you got an 18 on Bardic. All right, with that, I will get back to you with what you have
Okay.
when we come back from break. We're going to go ahead and take our break.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Time flies.
All right, go get your friends. We're still in the middle of the go get your friends, bring them here. If they say hi, we'll give them the free subscription to the channel so they can come join the back half, and maybe we'll kick that castle in and beat the crap out of this Heed guy. Tune in and find out.
Hey, I have an idea.
Yeah.
What's that
Let
idea?
me know. Why don't we give the person who brought them a sub too, so, as a thank you.
Sure,
There you go.
There you go.
I'll double down.
That, yeah.
Double down. So go get your friends, have them join us for a second half. Make sure you say hello in the chat so we know you're there, and let us know who brought you so we can give you guys each a free month sub.
And we'll be right back.
And we'll see you when we come back.
Yay!
Yay! Welcome back. And anybody who is back and you brought a friend, make sure you guys say hello in the chat. And make sure we know who has brought who so we can give you guys a free month subscription, a gift sub. All right. We
All
left
right.
off there trying to figure out what they were going to do, so let's focus in on that, guys. What did you end up deciding?
So, I was sitting at the table, and Avery was speaking about the occupants of the hallway. So I think we were having that conversation. So you nope roped back in,
I did. And it worked like a charm.
and what did you see?
Mostly just cold, hard floor and just silence.
Cold hard floor.
Yeah. I mean, there was no feet trying to stop me, so, it was pretty quiet and really...
How far did you get?
And walls, and there was a ceiling.
I got up to the 3rd floor.
No, you only got to the first floor because your spell actually ended after a minute, remember. You got to the stairs, and that was as far as you got.
So I never got to see that.
No, you never got past the first
Okay.
floor. You saw these things here that you have right here.
Okay.
Yep.
So I just got to the stairs. I was getting ready to climb it, and then one of the mechanical robot horrid things heard me. My foot slipped.
Your
My
nope rope
form
foot?
had faded.
Oh.
Yeah.
Spell faded.
And I basically had to find a way out of there. So I looked around me, seeing the closest window, and I did what I naturally do, and I kind of just
Ran.
Ran?
acrobated my way out the window. Yeah.
Okay. So how many of those things would you say you passed in the hallway?
The dogs.
The dogs or the armor? I'm assuming all those armor are just like the ones in his office, and they were all magically imbued.
Yes, they were definitely moving from what I could see.
Do you remember how many were in the hallway?
I'm not really sure. A couple.
Okay.
2, 3.
Same thing with the dogs?
Yes.
Super.
So those things in the hallway that you were mentioning, yeah, those are called Warforged.
Yeah, I think I made an enemy out of them.
They
At least one.
I'm pretty sure they only just do whatever they're told by whoever holds their key.
The Warforged golems. You've got the golem part.
Golems. Sorry.
Yes. You got the natural 20. Those are they are made by dwarves as protectors a lot of times. There are different types. Those seem to be mainly made of metal. They usually look like some type of armor. And the other thing about golems is that they are definitely immune to a lot of magic. That is something you would know, Sunshine.
Magic is pretty much useless on them.
Not fully.
But-
Depends on what kind they are.
Depends on what kind it is. I mean, they probably could take the bludgeoning or exploding stones, maybe.
Hearing that, Barnabas would like to rack his brain and think about what I know as far as their immunities to what I might bring to the table if we're going to be going against these things.
Okay.
Natural 20 for our narcotics.
Oh.
Gosh.
Yay!
Wow.
32
You guys just kind of
Arcana.
jumping around that. Let's see here. I will tell you.
Heck yeah.
You want to know on the.
Turby calls you a cheater.
So you did physically see them. You saw the armor that you walked past, and you saw the big one. Which do you want, the ones from the hallway, or do you want to know about the one in the office?
Well, I'm kind of
A generalized.
If Sunshine is saying all these things are Warforged golems, then I'm trying to get an idea if golems themselves are immune to elemental damage that my bombs would do, and if there's specific elemental damage that may hurt them more than normal, or if they're completely immune, or if there's elemental damage that'll like have the opposite effect of what I intend.
Okay, well, that's what I was telling her. Each type of golem has it, and you do know with a natural 20, you know that those two, the one in his office was different than the ones in the hall. So, which one would you like to know about? The ones in the hall or the one in the office?
Do you want me to roll for all of them? Because I'd like to know for all of them.
Okay, well, for your
There's a
natural
chance we're
20,
gonna
I need to know
hit
which
all
one
of
you
them.
want, because they are different.
The one that has more.
Okay, well, I would probably start with the suits of armor that line the hallways as we were
Okay.
walking to the office, because there were more of them. That's a good point.
We'll
Okay.
figure out the two at the end if we have to, but
If we even make it there alive.
All right. Well,
have to.
pretty much all golems are immune to like bleeding, death effects, mental attacks. They're immune to a lot of things. The ones in the hall, they are actually harmed more by cold. They're definitely weak against cold. They would take extra damage, including on persistent damage. Persistent damage would definitely hurt them. You know that they would actually be healed by fire.
See, that's good to know.
that's super good to know.
It's considered an anti-magic thing. They can just kind of ignore most others. Those two specific types of magic or elemental damage are the things that you would want to watch for.
Sure. And then, how about the dogs? Can I roll separate on the dogs, I guess?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 28 Arcana.
Hey, that's still real good.
That's a 16, Turby. I'm not cheating.
That's 28 more than I can get.
Okay, those. The dogs that you saw, those are literally a mechanical creation. Those are not actually magical. Those would just be fought like anything else. They would have, they're more like an animated statue.
We fought those before.
Yes, you have.
They were a pain.
Okay.
Back then they were a pain.
Is there anything they're specifically weak to or anything?
Squish damage.
I mean, they have a hardness like any inanimate object that you would be trying to break.
Okay.
So you kind of got to get through that. But other than that, no.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but elemental damage ignores hardness.
I believe you're right on that.
Oh,
Okay.
Not positive on that.
That's the sound of suspense.
Yeah. Okay, and then I'll worry about the big suit of armor when we get there, because I didn't really get a good look at that.
Okay.
We can move on.
All right.
So
we're storming the castle.
we're storming the keep.
You guys are gonna just storm and keep. Broad daylight.
No,
No.
we're gonna let Avery nope rope back in and let us in.
Oh shit.
Okay.
We got a master key, guys. Hold on, I didn't even think about.
But the guards are still going to be there at the front of the door.
Sure. I'm also worried
They should just bite them.
with the guards that are on patrol outside and at the front door. Based on what I've seen from the bartender here and the general sense, most of the townsfolk here don't care for these dwarves.
Maybe we can. Okay.
Inside a
If we
riot.
Long
can
shot.
recruit them to do some kind of distraction,
Inside a riot.
Maybe we can get some kind of a sleeping potion.
Kidnap him?
I will
Might accept free
knock back
food.
out on the door.
Inside a riot,
I mean-
kidnap them.
It doesn't seem like anybody's noticing you knocking on the door. And you've got the bar, and you guys are toward the back in a room.
I could thought for sure that the barkeep was standing just outside the door for my beck and call. How
You did
rude.
open the door and motion to him last time, so
I'll do the same.
okay.
Oh, yes.
He does come rushing over.
So, we're storming the keep.
Just say, as he walks, it just
How likely do you think?
that look right there.
Yeah.
It's like, bitch, what
Yeah.
did you just say to me?
How likely do you think we could get some?
Out alive?
Hey, do you want to talk?
No.
Good idea, Lenny.
How likely do you think we could get
Sip
some additional support from the town, considering that nobody likes this guy? I'm not asking for people to fight, but maybe some kind of like external stimulus, maybe a little riot, maybe a little fight, maybe a little something that would make the guards a little scarce.
I mean, you might be able to get some people to do something. I don't know. I don't know how you would get his guards away. I mean, you know, you might get the constable's attention. But, I mean, you might be able to get people to do something. I mean, you'd have to.
Not likely.
I mean, I guess it depends on what you're trying to get them to do.
If it's not likely, that's fine.
throw rocks through the windows of the whatever this monstrosity of a building is, and you know, shout out like down with Dick
Heed.
Heed. And you know, maybe they'll respond to that.
He really doesn't like being called Dick, by the way.
Well, that's his
Hold
problem.
on.
Yeah, he really doesn't.
So we just get everybody to stand
Let's
outside, yell
Blame
dick.
his mama.
See here, we have a historical happenings bought by a newcomer.
Ah, historical happenings. What would you like to know about? You get to ask me about any kind of historical point. What would you like me to elaborate on? What part of the histories?
Maybe he just wants a recap of what we're doing here and why.
I think while they're figuring that out, we can press forward.
You guys are trying to find somebody to.
I don't necessarily have to. I'm completely okay figuring it out.
I mean,
We'll go at night, and I can carry just about everybody to the top of this castle. I can climb. So
are we going in from the front door or are we going in from
I'm just
the
saying
top?
we have options.
Well, we have the best intelligence of the first floor. We don't know what lies.
Yeah.
There's 3 floors from the outside, at
Yep.
least.
Yep.
So we don't know what is on those other 2. We really only know half of the first floor.
Correct.
I could go back in there again and try to go to places that I haven't seen already.
Throw the nope rope on the
On the ceiling.
roof.
Just javelin the nope rope up there.
Like,
Do you
he
have
said,
any-
curl.
Do you have any ability to maintain this animal form for longer than a minute?
I do not.
What about the form of an insect or?
Snake is about the smallest I can get.
Okay. I don't know. I have nothing.
All right.
If
Well,
only
maybe-
if only we came back after I was level 7 and I could throw my new concoction at the guards and make them fall in a fit of laughter with my Bahaha blast I'm working on.
Okay. Is there does anybody have a concoction around here that could put somebody to sleep? I'm sorry, I'm not above it.
No.
He doesn't have that. I asked him first. Overwatch.
I mean,
I'm out of arrows.
you might be able to find something at the apothecary, but I don't know if it's an immediate asleep thing.
Does anybody here sell sleep arrows?
I mean, you check the market. Overwatch is
It's pretty
one of
fucking
those
immediate.
I'll sell you a sleep arrow.
things. You could check the market, but I couldn't tell you what they would have in the stores. You'd have to see.
Yeah, I'd have to leave, and that's not happening right now.
I think we're just going. I think we're just going to the front door.
Or just just gonna knock and ask.
I mean,
nicely.
we've done crazier things.
I'm just gonna tell him I forgot something in his office. They'll walk us right in there.
Yeah, sure.
I don't think they will.
Well, I mean, Sigil did mention being.
But I did
a
mention that I
collector.
was a collector, and maybe I have things to sell all of a sudden.
Under the pretense of that, we might be able to get to the office at
Yeah,
least.
that's true.
Maybe.
Well, before I head back out to the bar, I mean, you can always. I mean, there's a couple troublemakers in town you might talk to. They might be able to help. I mean, I can give you some names. You can. I'm sure if you
Really
throw some money at them, they'd probably make some kind of scene for you. Thank you.
I don't know. What do I know about these dwarfs?
That'll put those people in danger too.
Society?
Yeah. 6.
Total?
Yeah, total.
It's
only
not
has-
one of the skills that Cyril
Sorry,
has.
Sorry, 9. It's not a 9. It's not a 6. It's a 9.
And you have a 0 in society. Oh my goodness.
They're dwarfs,
You know,
right?
dwarves
Okay,
are
great.
kind of
They're
dicks.
dwarfs.
So,
Not Turby, of course.
what do we have that he would want that we could say, hey, we have this thing, and we may be interested in selling or blah 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 blah, so we could get into the first layer of the castle or the keep.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Did you guys decide to storm, or were you going to try to get him to welcome you in?
We'll try the welcoming and then we'll do the storming.
Yeah. If
we've
we
only got
can get in here.
We've only got to fight one way instead
Yeah.
of both.
Do we have an artifact?
I've got Sophia.
That is a very unique piece.
Plus, while you guys are talking, I can sneak in there while they're distracted and hopefully be easier for me to get upstairs and look around some more.
Between the gold and ivory and all the specialized mechanisms inside to allow her to do what she does, I'm sure it'd catch his attention.
Yeah, Turby says give him your flute.
Yep.
It's a lute, Turby, a lute.
She's a loot.
I've
And a bow.
I've given up on Turby and a companion and so much more.
So you're going to try. We're gonna try to tempt this dwarf to buy Sophia.
So we can get in.
Okay.
What do you know about the dwarfs?
The dwarves,
Yeah, in general.
they're assholes and they take anything they want with force if necessary.
Would they have any? Well, he's interested in things that come from the ground or rare gems or things like that. I don't know. Would he have any need of a lit soul crystal?
Son of a bitch.
Wow. It just might be tempting enough, but
Also risky.
yeah.
But if all we need is entrance back into the keep, he's not going to get the soul anyway. We just need something valuable enough to him.
I mean, I guess that would depend on how dwarves in this region view elves and how valuable they think that piece of your culture is.
A crystal holding a soul.
That's exceedingly
That's
rare.
that's pretty high up there. And it's shiny to boot.
Yeah, it is shiny.
If it gets us in the office, that's all we need.
Okay,
Let's do it.
let's do it. I get a box, and I put my soul crystal in the box.
Okay. All right.
I mean, do we want to ask to meet with him again? Since we're gonna go through this?
Yeah.
I mean,
I guess we're
If
setting
we
up
get
another
in.
meet.
So if we have an exceedingly rare artifact that may pique his interest, then get us in the office,
I mean,
and then
And I take it off, put it in the box, and I give the box to Sunshine.
There it is. I'm like, I don't want it.
Lenny's like, bad things happen when I have this thing.
as much as you go down, that's probably for the best.
We probably shouldn't put other people's lives in my hands anymore.
I'm used to having people's lives in my
Accidental
hands.
double entendre over there. Sorry.
Maybe.
I'm used to having
Up to you,
lives in
you
my
know.
hands.
Take it how you want.
Okay. To the keep.
Cleric.
All right.
To
So
the
you
keep.
guys go back to the keep.
To the keep.
Gonna go to the keep.
Go to the front
Listen, we're
door.
gonna kick his ass once we get in there, but you know we're trying to figure out how to get in there
We
first.
go to the keep. We ask about the swallows.
European.
Thank you.
I walk up.
Took you a minute. The face that I was getting.
No, I was just looking at you going, really?
Still on that going down thing.
Oh,
No, I'm still on the double entendre that Barnabas
we're past
kicked
going
out.
down and
that
we're
one
on to
was
swallows now.
No, yeah.
You.
Seconded. Yeah, we'll never-
Oh,
Diplomacy those guards and get
let me
us
see
in.
the door.
Well, I'm gonna see the door.
So
yes.
2 guards right there.
Guys. Good day. Remember
Second
me?
time you've been here today.
Well, part of our conversations with the master of the keep, we have some items that might be of some interest to him. Seems he is a collector, and our good man Silver here is also a collector. Just want to see if we can maybe pique his interest a little bit before we head out of town.
Okay, so Several's here to. I'm telling him Several's here. He needs to
I
meet.
mean, I'm sure.
Or am I telling him Leonard Boswell's here again?
Just Leonard.
Little thing opens up. Leonard Boswell here, see the master. He has a deal to possibly make. Shunk. I'm sure he'll send word.
Oh, we're standing around like okay.
Yeah.
I was waiting for like, oh fuck that again.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll send word. You're still in the same place, I would assume. I mean, not like you guys would be hard to find. You stand
stick
out a
out?
bit.
Sorry.
We turn to leave.
You guys only get about 20 feet down the steps before you hear the doors open. You hear, wait! This way! The master will see you now.
Well, guess it's not so busy.
Did you say the doors opened?
Yes, they did.
It seems he's found some time in his busy
You
schedule.
enjoyed getting to just kind of poke at that god back there pushing the buttons, don't you?
Pushing God's buttons.
He is.
I have 187 jobs.
I'm an elf who knows how to get things done.
I think you have more than that, Overwatch.
All right. Into the
For a guy that doesn't
keep we
like
go.
the deities very much, he seems to like messing with you a lot, Overwatch. Just
Because he
saying.
messes with us. It's only fair.
That's true.
Lenny goes in first. I'll go in second.
Going to try Barnabas Avery.
Sunshine's behind me.
Same order.
Yep.
I'll just, yeah.
Same order. All
It's
right.
like we practiced this. Nope.
Okay, so as you go in, you've got the hall, and turns to the right, and he takes you toward the office. There are the stairs that go up on the way to the office. There is not a spot in those turns where there is not at least a set of armor or a dog that would be able to see if you changed your form or tried to sneak up the stairs. So, if you are trying either one, I will need some rolls from you. Are you trying to do that, or are you just going to the office?
Just come with us.
Stick to the plan.
I'll
What
come to
plan?
the office for now.
Okay, Azara was again told she had to stay outside. So Ephron and Azara are outside.
Bitches.
Azara is right there in front of the door again, not going to move. So you guys are led back to the office again, where Mr. Grumpy, since that's what you guys have named him, has let you in, and there is Heed kicked back and waiting to see what you've brought.
I let everybody kind of filter into the room.
Hello again.
Does the door shut?
Yes.
Door stay open?
Door shuts after
Does-
the grumpy
Grumpy leave?
dwarf leaves.
Grumpy dwarf leaves.
So it's us, Heat, and the two constructs.
The one.
There's
One
one.
One construct.
There's
Oh.
the larger. It, as I said, it looks like it's made for someone who's about 8 feet tall.
Okay.
Is there a bar to the in the inside of the door?
No, there's no bar on it.
You want to lock us in the room with the
Yeah,
construct?
100%.
So nothing else can come in?
All right.
One at a time.
So,
Oh,
I hear you have something that might interest me.
well, with your vast collection of astounding items, you seem surprised by that. Yes, we have a crystal that you may not have come across on.
I'll stop you
on
there.
reg-
You show me your valuable crystal, and I'll show you mine. You are a man that has an entrance to a mine in your home.
Well, adjacent.
The things that come out of the ground are astounding. You show me your valuable crystal, and I'll show you mine.
You've seen some of mine already.
Correct.
What do you have? You brought a deal to me, so
It's right there in the box.
well, let me see.
Open the box.
What's in the box?
No! Leans forward and takes a look. Strokes his beard, kind of rolling one of those copper beads between his fingers. How much are you selling it for?
How much do you want for it?
Well, you're the one selling it.
Correct. You're the one buying it.
Yes, you must have a asking price.
I want to know what you'll pay for it.
Maybe we can exchange.
I know what I have.
Okay, then what do you think it is worth? Tell me.
My life.
Start with your price.
I will trade you that gem for...
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
What
Just
the hell is
showcasing
it called?
Thank you,
The
Vanna.
Celestial Resonance Rock.
For the Celestial Resonance Rock. Also known as the Thunderstone.
The Thunderstone.
Perception check. $21.
23.
He seems quite guarded. And he kind of sits back, and you don't see any surprise on his face. You said you got a 23?
I got 27.
27.
23
Jesus
and
Christ.
27, you do beat his deception DC, and you
There we
see a
go.
slight, you see a very, very slight narrowing of his eyes as that whole, how do they know about that? Well, if I had such an item, that would not be a fair trade at all.
And what else are you asking for?
Wow.
What would be a fair trade?
So-
Avery's in on the negotiation now. Hold on.
And
Stab a bitch with the chair.
an elven soul is not a fair trade, you say?
No. Soul crystals are... they're an oddity, yes. They can fetch a decent price. They would be great in a collection, but not worth what you're asking. That is not an even trade at all. This is not an artifact.
It's not? How many soul crystals have you seen that are lit that the person that the soul belongs to is actually still alive?
And who's still alive that's souls in that crystal?
I am.
You. So how's your soul in a crystal?
Sounds pretty artifacty to me, doesn't it?
Not quite.
No?
It's just, it's your soul and it's a soul crystal. What does it do for me? It doesn't really do anything for me. It looks pretty on a shelf. It's a collection piece.
Well, what does the Thunderstone do for you?
A Thunderstone is a magical item that has properties.
No. The. Hard the.
Well,
I can tell you what it does do. It collapses minds and kills fathers. I attack.
Oh, I was gonna go with elemental mastery,
right,
but
so-
okay.
Several will get an attack. You have ability to draw an attack.
I sure do. I sure
You can
do.
draw an attack as one action, yes?
I sure
Came
do.
prepared.
Thunderstone virtual hug, huh?
Don't worry, Sybil, I'll keep your soul safe.
Thanks. 26.
26 will hit.
Great.
Roll damage. Need.
He takes 14 damage and 5 bleed.
Okay.
So he has a persistent bleed.
He sure does.
Okay. It will be at the end of his turn. He will take 5 bleed.
Do I get my
All
whole
right.
turn?
No.
Or just one attack? You want
One
initiatives?
action. That will be initiative, all of you.
Yeah, kick his ass!
I go last.
Yeah, baby.
Here we go, guys. All right, let me start placing some things on the board here. All right. I did not have a blonde dwarf. I'm sorry. All right,
He
so
says, Turby says, take that, nerd.
we have Heed. We have Cyril, who would have had to hop up on the desk right there to get to him.
Not a problem.
Lenny right here beside Cyril. Avery just inside the door. Over here. Sunshine, you were right by Lenny or on the other side of Cyril?
I was on the other side of several.
Okay, so here, and then, oh, this is Lenny. This is Lenny. And then Avery and Barnabas, where did you go when you first stepped in?
I would have just stepped to the inside of the door and leaned against the wall
Okay,
in to the right.
okay.
I really thought Barnabas was going to be like, I'm just standing at the door.
To the left.
And in the door.
I kind of stand on the other side, kind of just trying to watch the door in case,
Okay.
more dwarves suddenly show up.
All right. The big statue is over here in the corner. All right. We're gonna
I don't like that he doesn't fit.
go ahead and put the others in here.
Raise the whole thing up so you can point it down.
I'm gonna go ahead and place the rest of these. You've got the dogs right outside the door. I did not put an actual door on that one yet.
Overwatch is
And
making sure you guys got a good view of the fight.
Correct.
Stupid walls. I need the transition.
I don't think I can reach here to put these guys, but I'm gonna put these two dwarves outside the main door.
Yeah.
Turby told me to get out of the way, and then told him thank you. He said, Overwatch, get out of the way. You're in the shot. And then you moved, and he said, thank you.
No one likes to look at Overwatch.
Oh, we love to look at Overwatch. I even got a booty pick last time.
All right.
2 times ago.
Whatever.
Well, that's a good view.
That is a good view. So, if you want to move that one wall, you can move that one wall and get a better shot if you want.
The arch.
Should be that wall right there. Nope. No, it's so you're looking at the camera that's right in front of you. That shot is you can pull that wall right in front of it.
Well, I'm
Yep.
sure that's the arch.
You can pull that wall.
That is it.
All right. I'll just
Yep.
pull on another piece
And then
of
you can raise that camera up a little, and you can have that nice clear
This
shot.
is where your stairs start, right here. All right. All right, so,
Whoa, earthquake!
yeah, sorry. My knee hit the table. All right, so 25 to 30 or above.
28.
I have a 33.
I guess he does get that full turn.
No, he gets a whole nother one.
You have a 28.
We'll go with that.
One minute, let me look at this.
I'm just gonna stay here. Hey Casey,
Yes.
can you bring me my viewing stone? So
This one,
Yep.
that view stone.
Yeah, that's yours. Oh, mine. So I can talk shit.
And
Sure you don't have it in your pocket?
Hey!
it was in your
good.
pocket?
Yep.
Of course it was in his pocket.
Dimension doored it over to him.
Where's that one?
Overwatch 2. In the background. Is it in your pocket?
Overwatch.
Overwatch.
Miss Watch?
No, she's at home.
Oh, true. No, that's Mrs.
Yeah, Mrs. Watch.
And last one I got here.
She must be a baby.
All right, so I've got everybody for 25 to 30 and plus. Is Cyril at 33, Barnabas at 28. All right, 20 to 25.
23.
All right, Sunshine at 23.
We come back to several just beating out this tune on his face.
I believe we started this campaign with me smashing people's faces into plates.
Oh,
All right.
Is that it? Is that the start of it?
15 to 20.
True.
Holy cow.
Avery and
13.
It's not here.
all right. Hang on. So 15 to 20. All right. So 10 to 15. You had a 13. Avery, are you under a 10?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. So 13
even
is
possible?
Lenny.
That's not.
Your perception is a 14. You
Oh,
have a
yeah.
+2 for initiative. That's 16 base, and then what'd you roll?
6.
Oh,
So you have a
You're up in the 20.
you have a 22.
22. Okay. So I gotta go back here a little. Hang on.
My bad. I've been
No,
doing the math.
okay.
You're good.
That's okay. Lenny still sucks.
Lenny's still last.
Lenny rolled a 1.
Oh, Lenny.
I only
rolled
have a
one.
13 because of my perception.
Well, my dice ain't doing
Got
exactly
it.
great today anyway, so.
Well, you need better math rocks.
Avery's at a 22, right?
Yep.
Lenny rolled a 1.
Lenny rolled a
That's a
one.
little different.
Last.
Back to
Yep.
the other one.
That's not a 13.
Nope, it's worse. That's why I made it.
He's just
Evidence.
adding so it makes him feel better.
Well, yeah. I can't tell you.
All right.
one. That's a shot to my own ego.
Okay, so top of the order, that would be. Oh shoot! Did I not put heat on here? I did not.
I mean,
No,
I'm
that's
okay if he
fine.
doesn't get
That's
a turn.
fine. He
Whoops.
currently has
Just
a sword in his stomach.
lay there and
That's
take it.
totally fine.
He gets
Yeah, where
all
did
the
you
turn.
stab him first there?
Right across his chest. Actually, as he's looking at me, his left hand, wherever that bell was, I'm trying to take his, like, right across his upper arm, chest area, trying to take away his ability to ring whatever bell that is, or
To summon more
stop.
people to,
yeah, 100%.
Don't summon Grumpy.
Right.
All right, so
19 and 17.
all right, so
36.
you have essentially jumped upon his desk and slashed him across the chest. You started combat. Now, go for it.
36 to hit him.
36 will hit him.
Is that a crit?
That is a crit.
Yes.
Takes 19 points of damage, and the persistent bleed is also. Does it also double?
No, it's one or the other.
So, huh?
It's one or the other, and it happens at the end of his turn.
What do you mean one or the other?
It doesn't double
you
on a
you
crit.
can't.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Double with your. Because it doesn't even happen. The damage doesn't happen until his turn.
right. So he's off guard. So he's flat-footed. Next action, I want to push him away from his desk all the way against the wall.
Okay, I mean, he's already pretty much against the wall and his desk.
I want to get between him and his desk. He's in a wheelie chair.
So you want to squeeze into his space.
I want to position myself between
I want to be his space.
him and the wall, and like if he's in a chair, I want to be in his face, pressing him against the wall. I don't want him to have the ability to reach and move and grab shit and stuff like that. I
So you
want
wanna
to
try
be
to
in his
grapple him?
face.
Several's
100%.
giving Heat
Okay.
a lap dance. Just
Go with it.
Now's not the
You would
time.
say it that way. Okay.
What if it does work?
28.
28 against his fortitude DC. That will work.
lap
We're
dance.
using
Okay.
Kirby's struggle
He's
cuddle.
grappled.
Grabbed him.
Usually this is where Several comes in and takes care of the struggle cuddles, but Several's the one doing the struggle cuddles.
I want. Oh my gosh. Do I want to pin him? Yes, I want to try and pin him down. Is that another athletics check to try and pin him to the ground or pin him to the wall?
Right now, you've grabbed him. He's immobilized and flat-footed.
Mm-hmm.
If he attempts to manipulate action, he has to succeed at a DC flat check, or it's lost.
Can I apply the manacles I have in my bag onto him?
You can get them out as an action, but you need to.
That
hold
would
on to that
break my grapple,
I
right?
believe. Yeah, I believe you have to hold on to that grapple.
Yeah, I'll just.
I don't think they have a. Go ahead.
I'm just going to. This is going to be garbage.
Been a minute since we pulled this thing out.
Right?
We're going there, huh?
Getting the book.
Well, I mean, I know you have manacles in your bag. I can always get them out for you.
That's true.
But I'll have to wait for Barnabas.
Okay, so a success is your target is grabbed until the end of your next turn unless you move or your target escapes. You do not have to. He's grabbed until the end of your turn. He's immobilized and flat-footed.
Okay.
So you can use your other action to do something else, but you have to keep that free hand on him to keep him grabbed.
Great.
So basically, Several's got
A
this
hand on him.
I will-
against the
Right
wall
there.
and by his neck.
Can I
Like so.
grab the manacles out of my bag with my action?
Yes,
and-
you can manipulate something.
Would it be an action for me to drop them at the feet of
You can-
drop them on the desk so Barnabas can see them?
You can pull them out and free action drop them into a square next to you. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna pull my manacles out and as a free action drop them on the desk behind me and say, Barnabas, lock him up.
So essentially, Several has pulled out manacles. We're gonna use this blue die. I like this blue one.
Or somebody
It's gonna be right
somebody
there.
lock him
Manacles
up.
are right
Yeah.
there on that desk, which I don't have a desk in there. I thought I had a desk, but I didn't have one. Okay.
Desk.
Imagination.
Yes, imagination, everybody.
Come
It's a
and
nice
see.
stone desk.
That's a really close shot there. Ooh. Overwatch is playing with the cameras.
Pure imagination.
Struggle Cuddles, you got this. Overwatch this. Okay, so that is Several's turn. Barnabas, it is your turn.
Okay. So I turn to Avery and I say, shut the door. I run forward and I grab the manacles. And then I move over to where Several is trying to restrain
Heed.
Heed.
Yeah.
And I slap the manacles on his wrist to fully restrain him.
Yay,
Restrained
teamwork.
condition.
Come and see. Pure incarceration.
I think
Hang on. Can we look at this?
move, pick
What's
up.
that, Several? We need
restrain.
a bard ballad?
No.
Where'd it go?
Oh, wait. You need points for that?
We do.
Oh no. Where is it? It's under.
Oh, look.
Oh no. I suppose I'll get on that.
I believe.
Oh,
Oh, double whammy.
bard ballad.
Double bard ballad.
I'll work on that while we're fighting.
Bard ballad. I think somebody wants
Duet.
Sybil to sing and someone wants the actual
A
bard to
duet.
sing.
Duet.
How do
There
you
it is.
duet a made up song?
Figure it out. There's a third
Okay,
one.
you guys have duetted multiple times. Okay,
No,
I have seen it.
that's
I've
not
heard it.
even
Where is
wrong.
that?
And now we're just trolling, I think.
Oh yeah,
'Cause there's
absolutely. There they are.
That's
Four. No, 5, sorry. 6.
There they are.
Everybody just wants
Everyone
Sybil to sing.
Was it septet? Sextet?
She felt left out, so she had to. Okay, at least one, guys.
You're totally going to get
Okay.
pure incarceration from me.
Manacling takes 10 to 30 seconds as an exploration activity. So it's going to take a moment, yeah.
what?
Let's see.
Tell that to
Hang on.
any
I'm
law
looking.
enforcement officer.
How would you use these right now?
Well, you're
Let's
not
see here.
practiced at handcuffing
I mean,
somebody.
he
that's
is
what
at your
Lenny's-
guys' mercy.
You don't know if I'm practiced at handcuffing people.
You don't know what he did in his past life.
Never mind. Oh my god. No, not even related
I
to
could
that.
have been a law enforcement agent
Yeah, that's what I
where I
meant.
came from.
You're not his real dad.
Yeah. Okay.
How do we make this happen instantly? Change his skin color.
No, I can give it. If you,
Manacles.
I mean, it's essentially you're using an object. What kind of
it's
manacles
more-
did you buy
it's
there?
more than an
Silver?
interact action
what?
to apply
What kind of
manacles.
manacles?
I am not seeing anything else other than that. It says it's an exploration action, but I don't see why you wouldn't be able to use them. Yeah, there's different levels of manacles. What level of manacle did you get?
The master work or whatever they are. I don't remember what they're called.
I think you have poor, simple, average. You wouldn't. I don't know if you've had the money to get.
I
yours
have the
here.
average ones then.
Okay. Average level 3. Okay. Good to know. All right. So. All right. So that is. So Barnabas, you instruct Avery to shut the door or lock the door. Maybe the door is already shut, and then you run over and slap the manacles on him. Correct? Are you going around the side of the desk?
Yes, yeah.
He doesn't want to stand on the desk like me.
So you go
trying
right over here
To get him
into
in there.
this guy's actually right up here. But
I mean, yeah, well,
Overwatch
I mean,
keeps moving
I'm
things
sure
on
they're
me.
struggling back and forth, so it's not like just laying his arm out for me
right.
with these cuffs on. So if it takes some time, it takes some time. But
Yep. So I would say 2 actions. He's struggling. That's fine. You moving, taking the actions to put them on him, and he is held by the manacles.
okay,
I am still holding him. I know it's still the end of my turn, but I have not let him go.
sure. Yeah,
Right.
It's all happening at the same
Yeah.
time.
You son of a skin cool. Oh shit.
All right. Sunshine. That brings us to you.
I like that drone. That was good.
Yeah.
The thing, I know it's gonna start moving because we've discussed like what it's there for. Mm-hmm. So, I am casting Forced Mercy on it.
Okay.
It is a will save.
Preemptive suck it.
One moment. Let me get to it.
And that goes.
What kind of spell is Forced Mercy?
What do you mean?
What's the tags on it?
Emotion, mental, and enchantment.
Okay. So you cast Forced Mercy, and you feel it not take effect.
Son of a bitch.
However, you know what? You feel it not take effect on him. However, as a reaction, spell reflection. It shifts, and as your spell hits, it comes back towards you. All right. What is your DC?
I won't do non-lethal to you.
What is your DC?
I'll only do non-lethal to you. DC is
Your spell DC.
21. Sorry.
That is exactly a 21 on its athletics. So as a reflex action, it just
Reflex.
turns, not reflex, a reaction. It turns and you almost see the magic peel off of it and bounce back and hit you. It is now turned back on you. You must make your own will save.
He's rubber and you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off of him and sticks to you.
Well, I did not make it, but at least when I hit several, it will be non-lethal.
Okay. Is it only for attacks or does it work against your spells?
Anything. Oh, all physical damage
Okay.
dealt by the target.
Okay,
Boom.
so your spells will not be made to be non-lethal. So, all right. So, is that all of your actions?
No, I have one more.
What would you like to do?
dance to these rad drums.
Right?
I'm gonna back into the corner.
This one?
Yes.
You back into this corner.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. So you move back into the corner. That brings us to Avery.
All right. I secure the doors. Do they open just inward or outward?
They do open inward.
So okay. So I try to maybe shove the desk against it so nobody can force their way in.
Okay. Give me an athletics check.
Turn my ass into a polar bear and sit down.
Look at that, it only lasts for 1 round.
1 minute.
13.
No.
13. Okay,
Oh,
so
you think?
I think.
you take one action to move over here, and then you start shoving the desk
Yeah.
and pushing it, and it will take.
Oh, 1 round anyways.
We'll take. You got a desk now right here in front of the door.
Good call. Good call.
That is. Where did that go? I just saw it. Oh, that would help. All right, so that is 2 of your actions. Well, and shoving, pushing that, and you can shove something. What is it? 5 feet. I believe it is. Where'd it go? I just had it on me. So you move it, and then it's pretty heavy. 2, 3, 4. And then I'm trying to see if you have another action left. Real quick. There it is. Okay, yeah, you can stride after it, but you've only moved it 5 feet so far. So you would have to shove it again to get it fully to the door. So go ahead and give me one more athletics check. If you'd gotten a critical success, you would have shoved it 10
Oh
feet.
my gosh, this dice deserves to be in jail right now.
Uh-oh.
11.
Okay, you struggle, but you do push it to the door. So you've managed to get it to the door. Did you want to stride with it and be right here on the other side of the desk, or do you want to be where the manacles were?
I'll come back to where the manacles were.
Okay, so you pretty much shoved it those last 5 feet, and you didn't move with it that time. So, all right. So that takes up Avery's turn. Look at them being tactical, guys. What did they do on break? All right.
Went to the tactical store and cleaned them bitches out.
Apparently, you guys are. This is actually a plan here, huh? Well, sort of.
Sort of.
But I mean, seriously, you guys are. All right, the big guy starts to move.
I forgot about the big guy.
It is coming
Let my heed go.
right here into the mix. Since technically Civil's sharing a spot with Heed, it's right up there beside Avery, Civil, and
I think he'd share a spot with several. I don't know.
Barnabas, and everybody but Sunshine. It's right in the middle of all of you guys.
Sweet.
Well, damn.
All right.
I gotta re-strategize.
It's right in the middle of all of you guys. And this one is not, as I said, not the same as the ones in the hall.
The ones we're fighting are the ones we have no knowledge on. Fuck.
Sure.
Let's see here.
I have no knowledge on heed, but he fits in manacles real well.
So far.
He fits on the end of this blade just fine.
At the very least, he's got to spend actions to get out of it.
Just give me 10 to 30 minutes.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
We'll lock him right in.
Yeah.
3 to 10 business days.
Hey,
All right.
next.
It will use its other 2 actions. And the armor itself begins to suddenly glow so bright that all of you need to make me a save. Will save.
Versus.
Things you are not immune to.
Are you sure?
Said
Yes.
Will?
But I get bonuses to things. So I need to
Dazzled
know.
or blinded.
What are the tags on the spell?
Dazzled or blinded. It's not a spell.
Okay.
26.
Oh, it is considered evocation.
Okay.
Light. Visual.
You said fort save?
Sorry, I did see that finally. It is a will save.
Will save. Oh, it's all the same.
Will save. All right. Everybody actually within 60 feet.
26.
26.
18, and I never take off my sunglasses.
Okay.
Effective PPE.
Mine's,
I mean,
All right.
it's a stretch, but why not?
mine's 28.
28.
I got a 19.
19. All right. So
I think I'm looking through my feats.
heed.
I thought I had something.
Okay.
Does it affect heat as well?
Yes, it affects
Yes.
all creatures.
Sucker.
All creatures within 60 feet.
Did it affect him? Did it actually hit him?
It is a 60-foot emanation. So, and the light lasts until the end of its next turn.
Sweet.
So now he's bound and blind?
Pretty
And
much.
dazzled or...
All right, you, Sunshine, Lenny, you guys are dazzled.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
All creatures and objects are concealed from you.
Oh, that's a fucking problem.
It means that you have to get a, what is it?
Flat check to
Flat
find him.
Flat check,
I think
yeah,
it's
flat check.
a 5 or a 50, a 5 or an 11. I can't remember.
That's what I was looking for. All right.
Should be
yeah,
under
it's
concealment rules.
Yep, there it is. Yeah, it's a flat check of 5.
Oh, okay.
Or you can't, I mean, you're going to essentially, you say what you're wanting to do. You have to make a flat check of 5 for it to succeed. Okay. All right, that was
Oh.
its turn.
Mine's actually a 20. Does it still? Is that still the same?
You are still dazzled.
Okay, because I get a +1 to that.
All
one.
right.
Still dazzled, but
Still dazzled, but I do get a +1 for that. You know, because I'm so.
brilliantly
Bright.
bright.
Watch yourself.
Yeah. Really overwatch. All right, that brings us to the dogs. You start hearing barking from outside the door. It's a very odd mechanical sound, though, like bark, bark, bark. You know, it's weird. It doesn't sound quite right. You hear them.
Did you say odd
smacking.
mechanical sound?
Yeah, it's an odd mechanical barking noise. They're barking and they're mechanical. So they are smacking into the door.
Oh, shit. I guess it was only a matter of time.
Sorry, we knew it was about that.
Yeah.
And all right, so all right. You actually hear the door make a horrible wooden splintering sound, but it's still holding. And the barks definitely get louder. All right, it is Heed's turn. Flat check. He cannot manipulate anything, right? With that one. Try again. He can manipulate something. All right, his turn is up. It is now the armor in the hallway starts moving out here. You guys just hear some creaking. That's about all you know. All right. Lenny,
Lenny.
what would you like to do?
Well,
Lenny, in my bag. There's rope. Grab it. Tie him up.
okay.
Okay.
Bag, rope, tie.
It's gonna take a while to tie. Manacles are just
Sure. But as many actions we can take away from him, the better it is.
I mean, they don't stack.
100% they do.
They don't exactly stack. You're bound and restrained. It's the same.
Right, but if there's two things applying bound and restrained, you get one off, you're still bound and restrained from the other thing.
True.
Effects don't stack, but items do.
They can stack up that way, yes, but
I don't need like.
Still only a flat check for somebody to manipulate an item or such when they are trying to use a move while immobilized and such. All right. So you're trying to tie him up?
If not, go ahead. Just sing.
Okay.
You can always sing.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna inspire. So.
Got your bard ballad ready?
I do. Lingering. Nah, that's not gonna happen. So you only get 1 round from that. Actually, lingering again. I'm just gonna see, just for fucks and sakes, because that's an extra.
We have another bard ballad redeemed, even.
Fucking hell. Fucking
Kirby
hell.
wants to hear you sing.
I'm trying, but this dice won't roll. No, this just doesn't. Okay, no lingering. We're going to inspire confidence. Let's get down to business.
Yeah. To defeat the heat.
To defeat Dick Heed. Locked inside this small room, we have slowed his speed. Backed into a corner, we'll fuck him up. As we tried to find the truth, we will take all the life out of you.
That's not singing.
It's not singing.
You didn't
but
sing.
I don't feel like I'm singing to this man.
You're not singing to him.
That's too damn bad.
Turby said, "Inspire me, baby."
Inspire. Oh, come here. I'll inspire you. No.
All right, so
I need an adult.
I need an adult.
that is Lenny's turn. Okay, guys, we are almost at the end of tonight's time. So, since we are at the end of the round, this is a good time
Sing it, several.
to actually stop. But we are still
No, fuck
waiting
you,
for
we're gonna listen.
several bard ballads. So we're gonna hear that. before we
Come
end.
with me, and you'll be in a world of pure incarceration. Take a look, and you'll see into your incarceration. If you want to see paradise, suck it, dwarf man, because you don't get any of that. And that's what you get from Several.
Yay!
Apparently,
All
Lenny's
right.
rapping though.
Yeah, Lenny was giving us a little bit of rapping. I think you were inspired by the drums today.
It was.
It was the drums. All right, guys.
Vanilla
that's going to
Leonard.
be it for
Vanilla
us
Leonard.
today. Join us again next week, and we'll see you on Tuesday. Also, don't forget, we have Barnabas Brushes tomorrow night,
Boom.
That's right.
and
6.
we have Cartography with Overwatch on Thursday. Make sure you tune in. Take a look. It's pretty awesome.
Barnabas Brushes, 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern, and Cartography with Overwatch, 8 to 9.
I'm
Right?
going to make sure I give Overwatch a little bit more detail this time instead of a crappy map. Sorry, guys.
Overwatch needs direction.
He does. I know. I'll give it to him. I promise. I'll help him out. Thanks,
You have
guys.
to show him
We'll see you next
your
time.
vision.
I have to.
Bye-bye.
I'm going to give him some notes on that crappy map is what I'm going to do.
Cliff
It's
notes
not
on
a
the.
crappy map. It just needs.
Direction.
It needs the Overwatch touch is what it is.
Yeah, I need to make the map so then you can give me notes to make the map.
Yeah, I've got it right in the back of this notebook right here. See, here's the crappy map. Here's,
Hold on, I gotta see
I
this
don't-
crappy
You want to
map.
see the crappy map? This is the crappy map that I
Is that what he's building this
yeah,
shit with?
Yeah.
No wonder
Maybe
he's
once he
struggling.
actually has it, once he's actually created the map of Avery Lawn, I will actually share on camera this map and show
The
you how
comparison,
crappy
the
it was.
side by side.
Because the side by side will be amazing. I've seen Overwatch's
The
work
masterpiece versus
with,
this
with
3-year-old
maps.
doodle.
Pretty awesome. He made my other continents. So.
That's literally scribbles.
That's
Here
literally
comes the
scribbles.
week, guys. Watch out for the Thunder Dwarf. We are raiding.
Here we go, here we go.
Let's do this.